We're here at the Common in Edmonton to hear what Mr. Stephen Carter has to say about the myth of ideology. Let's find out what he has to say.
One of the key things is that we're actually able to create myth. We create pop culture myth. This is something that we're very adept at. I mean, if you think about the television news, right now, the most profitable television news is that crazy stuff that Ben Mulrooney hosts, right? That's what's profitable. We all tune into Canadian content, watching one Canadian talk about Americans that are myths in the United States.
Stephen Carter was involved as a campaign strategist for Nenshi's campaign in Calgary, where he came back from an underdog position to win the election. He was more recently the chief of staff for Alison Redford's campaign.
Politics is different than pop culture mythology. We have substance. We talk about issues. We talk about things that matter in politics, right? And yet, this is the most iconic image of the 2011 campaign. Jack Layton holding his cane above his head. We all know what this represents. This represents a story that grew into a myth of a man. This is the exact same guy who competed in 2 other elections. This guy has led the NDP for a long time, but he was different. He had a cane. Voter ideology has changed dramatically, in part because parties don't stand for anything anymore. You'll see parties moving all over the ideological frame in order to win votes. And because they don't stand in one particular place, the voters no longer have a sense of where they actually live. So they don't care about it anymore. All I know right now is that ideology is dead. People have said that ideas don't matter. Ideas matter less because what we engage with is story. Now, stories do have an idea underneath them.
So this is the last of 10 talks. I guess I'm just going to throw a softball. When's the book out?
I don't know, actually. I think in the spring is when I'm hoping for.
Finally, how can young professionals use this outlook to cultivate enthusiasm amongst their peer group, who are typically seen as, or more conventionally seen as, an apathetic group when it comes to politics?
They're not apathetic. They're less engaged, right? This is important to draw this distinction. Less engaged means that they're not engaged in the things that we care about in politics, but they're hyper engaged in other areas. What I need to do is find out what matters to you, and then figure out if we share a common interest.
We learned a lot tonight at Hanging with Mr. Carter. Thanks for watching.